13. Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is more than I can bear. Sounds like he's kind of he's bargaining with God, bargaining with the judge, right? And well, I admit I did it, but I shouldn't be outcast through the community, or even I outcast through the community. I should have some kind of limitation, like a limited punishment instead of restless wander on the earth. That's too much, right? It's kind of like a life sentence. You sentence me life sentence. It's too much. And when he said I can bear is not just him, because King has follower, has a wife, has kids, he has his own family. So if the punishment just for him, he may take it. But when he said I can bear is something you cannot bear is your family, your kids, your friend, your follower, whatever. You have those responsibility. You have, so when you outcast him, what about the others? Their life, their living, everything, kind of he need to worry about that parts. So he told God this. And 14, today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. At that time, for those wonders, either they have a sickness, really sickness, or really bad from the tribe, so they outcast them. So every tribe, every society will see those people. It's a consensus. They see those kind of people as a unlucky symbol, so they will kill them, because I don't want to contaminate my group, my community. So if Cain outcast through his tribe, his father's tribe, right, or his wife, his follower, whatever, these kind of people will become a lone wolf, will become those sick wolf wandering around, and will become Omega pack. Everybody can just bully them. Everybody can kill them. That's a rule, because I don't want you to take my resources. I don't want you to contaminate my place, and I don't want unlucky things come to us. So that's his complaint, or his worry about it. That means that time actually people also, he said, like, I cannot see you. I will be hidden from your presence. That means probably they were not allowed to have a high priest. Those kind of group were not allowed to have a religion, worship, and their calling were not legal. You cannot have that. So, and if you don't have the rights, don't have the authorization to calling heaven will not respond to you, will not talking to you, give you guidance. So I think back that time, every settlement, they are gods, all kinds of gods from heavens. They will go live or by the calling power. They will come to those tribes to help them. So that's the reason I will hide them from your presence. Yeah, that's the point. So back that time, I think like heavens has a lot of interaction with their settlements. So that's no wonder you see the Asian, those records, a lot of gods interact with us. They pass the knowledge. They manage all the water, building, construction, all kinds of things. Yeah, remember at the beginning, God, or the beginning of a settlement, they want to have a herding culture instead of a feudal culture, because they don't really want them stay in one place to the culture develop after feudal. After that is right now we have a country, we have all the like county, everything, just that structure. And I think heavens, they've been through everything, so they foresee the result. So they don't want us bonded to the ground. They don't want us, the ground control us. So from one point, God bringing another concept, or he involved, or he kind of like should I say, he toggle the result, because yeah, he toggled the free will, because King, he wants to be the high priest, he wants to be the one rule the whole thing, this piece of land, this tribe, but God didn't want it. He was a farmer, but God wanted he use his spear parts. He wanted him wandering through the land. He wanted him like hunting or herding, get all the food, get all survive, because the ground cannot, the ground curse him, cannot give him crops, right? So you be a farmer, it will be really, really low income, really like it can't help you build up your anything. So that's, I believe it's God's like his intention, his curse, or his he tried to push King towards that direction. But for King, he knew it's impossible, or it's at the least at the beginning, very far beginning, you don't have much like a farm animal, or you don't it's hard to training those wild animal to be a farmed animal to be. So it takes a long time to get the pig to be the bullhorn became the pig, and the training wolf, whatever, to make them mix them, made a dog, a horse, whatever. It takes time, really long time. So King said, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's kind of, I might die, right? I might die. So can you kind of like my punishment is too much. Can you kind of ease a little bit, or at least let me have a certain time period to go through it, because I lost all my land, I lost all the belonging, and you need to give me a probation period, or even you want me go develop some kind of new culture or something, you need to give me a buffer zone. Let me kind of like get used to it. I looked through the history. I found out that human history is a kind of a restless wonder history. And in the early Christians, there is a word, people even name themselves nomad. It is interesting. God does not want a feudal culture. He wants us to move around, move a lot. Just see like if I recall that time, early Indian culture, so early, 15,000 years ago, there is I think there is a fleet. General brought soldiers from India to Egypt, and there are a lot of comments between Egyptian old pictures, the ships, and the Indian culture. Also, there is 6,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, China, that time there is a general led probably 200,000 soldiers cross the Berlin and to the Siberia, all the way then to the America, the North American continent. Then eventually Eskimo, Indian, and Maya, all those are like actually highly believe they're from China because that time I saw I went to the library and I saw the song, those character and the ways they call. It's very interesting. Nomads. The people human history are big like a big wandering history, and you see like I remember there was a movie like 300, right? That's a Warm Spring, and that time spot on. But actually, the King Darius, God allow him to bring like a million slave soldiers to wander around, and he crossed the whole continental. And the same thing, Genghis Khan, same thing, they allowed it. And the same thing for those Hungarian barbarian, they wiped the Roman Empire. Crusade, same thing. They cross, they move a lot. U.S., we from the East Coast all the way to West Coast. It's just so many. I would say God or heavens always get the chance or get some kind of reason to make us moving, not in one place. Because, that's my hypothesis, I think that will increase the complexity for the earth to learn human. That will spread the blood, spread the water, spread the gene everywhere to make the earth, the ground, hard to get conclusive understanding of the heavens. It's a battle. So I think this long battle, we are those little pawns, little lab rats within it. Also, I still remember there is a couple like a very interesting movements. Like I don't want to say it was a blast or is a. I think you guys can find out the human history through the wanderings, those things. You can do a little research. There's so many, just countless. Yeah, I think I believe almost all churches admit this is the greatest mission for Christian. You have to make disciples, and you have to make disciples and all nations, and under the name of Father, Son, and the Spirit. So that means you have to send a missionary everywhere, to the Antarctic, to the Sahara Desert, to the Amazon jungle. That's the point. So this is another level of wonder, restless wonder. This is another nomad. Nomad is you're looking for food. You're looking for pasteurized. You're looking how to settler. It's a settler. So that's a nomad, right? But in here, the nomads or the mission is you go everywhere. You put the seed, put the religion, put the belief, put those seeds in people's mind, in people's heart, and then let them start to believe in God. And I would say that's another way is God to regain his regime from the faith. Because in the quantum theory, when you're thinking, when you're calling, it comes, right? So the more people calling, the more people talking about his name, the more people thinking. These are the power, these are the faith, or those calling, those belief, those things will bring him back. The spiritual world is very interesting, very mysterious, and you have to use some, rather than not scientific method. But I believe I believe this opens another door for us to understanding the word, because I'm a science major and I did a lot of science research. Also, I did a lot of spiritual research. So I still highly believe this part. If we strongly believe science, we shut the door. If we only rely on the spiritual, those mysterious things, we lost our vision. So it's kind of like a conception without perception is emptiness. Perception without conception is a blindness. So you have to kind of like in the middle. The reason is don't believe the spiritual world or the heavens all are good. They have their own purpose. So shut up, Cleo, shut up. Yeah, don't believe that those things are good. And because the spiritual world, they're made by what? Good and evil, right? So you never know which party, which side you look at. So when you stay at the borderline, you keep yourself sober. Don't lost in the spiritual world, and don't blinded by the science. That's all I can say. That's my understanding for this restless wonder, and it kind of connects the New Testament, Old Testament, and connects why God took the 7 days as Sabbath, and why after 400 years God not talking to Israel, and then came back and used Jesus or whatever, ask people to regain his faith, regain the power. So I think here, heaven and earth, or should I say ground, treat human being two different ways. We came from the ground, but we have some seeds from heavens. So ground gained the curse through us. It doesn't like us, so we have to work hard, right, to gain something. But eventually, we will gain the peace back to the ground. So that's ground like it. If you really do something to protect the ground also like it will blessing you. Like some job, you can tell, like you maintain, you're good, and you get blessed. Not necessarily by heaven, but actually by the ground, and they bless you. You live peacefully, and so that's ground. They want basically it wants peacefully. Just where you born, where you die, and go peacefully. That's your life. Finish your life, and your whatever the seeds from heavens, just back to where it is. That's ground. So heavens is different. Heavens, they told us first they placed the curse to the ground. So overall, they want us be a restless wonder. They want us not blessed by the ground, because everything created by the heaven, and all those things, if we become too comfortable where we live, it will against the original purpose, original plan. So they don't want us to live comfortably, but they don't want us to die also. Another thing is, heaven will clearly point out the curse and the curse to us, and the way to, should I say, the way to not away the curse, the way to ease the curse. You see, like when when God told Cain, say, okay, the ground curse you, so you will not gain things from the ground, but you have to be a restless wonder, which means you still can survive, still can gain things from earth, because as long as you just be a wonder, go everywhere. So in here, there is an element with I noticed, it's called time of reaction. Seemingly the earth needs time to react to the curse, to the object it cursed. And that's kind of like a interesting, is the earth, or should I say heaven and the earth, both react not our human ways, like minutes, seconds, hourly, I think even days. So the time measurement is different for the heavens and for the ground. That's another reason when ancient time people use stars, all the stars, star movements, star positions to set up the calendars. I think that's possible reason, because heavens and the earth, they react to those events based on the position in the universe. I think that's very interesting things. Remember, there is the whole story actually involves three parties. No, actually four parties. One party is heaven, right? One party is the earth. One party is human being. But actually, the heavens separate to two parties. One is the cook, I would say Lucifer. That's the one. He is the CEO, and some like behind him. So, based on biblical records, they said he led 1/3 of the angel fall. So, heaven's force was reduced, right? It's incomplete anymore. Then, where he went, earth, abyss. So, why? Is there any reason why he does that? Because he is not came from the abyss. He came from the heavens, and he's created by God based on the Bible say he was created by God. So why he does that? Is that possible? The force or the heavens behind him, they sense the force or the potential force within the abyss that they are looking for. Because think about the fruit, the wisdom fruit made by good and the evil, right? Good and the evil. So if they present the evil side, they definitely want human being or wanted those testing results towards their direction, because they need the numbers. Same thing. God, that party, they want those testing rats towards good direction. But don't bound it by the name of good or evil. Don't think good is good. Don't think evil is evil. Just think about they present two ultimate energy, two ultimate method, opposite method within the universe. However, these two methods actually can be able to be bonded by the wisdom. So where the wisdom come from? We have the wisdom, and it's all in our mind, all in our mind. So that's the reason heavens want to test, want to push us, want to expedite the process. They want us to pick the fruit to see which direction we're gonna go, evil or good. because the battle actually between the heavens. That's another like a board members battle. They wanted whoever want to be a CEO. So that's the reason we are the laboratories between those battles. So these ground, the earth is a battleground, and the abyss may sometimes present the heavens willing power, or may sometimes present other party, like, well, you should say abyss, which Lucifer or hell, whatever, they live in there, presents their willing power. But temporarily, based on the Bible said, actually Lucifer, he's walking on the ground, right? He dominated everything. So I don't know how to solve it, to tell it. It's really complicated, but at least I knew all our activity, all our actions, they are spiritual work behind it. Genesis 4:15. But the Lord said to him, not so. If anyone kills Cain, he will suffer vengeance 7 times over. Then the Lord put a mark on Cain, so that no one who found him would kill him. Firstly, I'm kind of interested about the God say, okay, no one will kill you, right? Instead use you, God used Cain. This kind of like remind me, it's more like when people say, okay, it's not say I like it. Instead of they say I, they say their name. Instead, state their name. Like Michael like it. Instead, say I like it. Right? They keep doing that. Or they say their last name, Julius or whatever, something. Love it. So it's interesting. Why God doing so? That's the first question is why. I ask a lot of why. I think it's possible is it's not just you. Actually, it's just King who represents the beginning of a certain culture or certain leads. God want this bloodline continue, or maybe Cain. Let's say Cain is the beginning of the vampire and then never die, whatever. It could be the spirit of Cain. So whoever able to kill Cain's spirit will suffer again 7 times, which means you destroy the leads, right? And 7 means like endless. Just basically each number has own meaning. So the kind of a circle of everything. 1 to 6 means something. Then the 7 days is start over or end endless. It's a mysterious number. But right now I'm just like think God probably just ask. Firstly, he actually think about it. He talked to a criminal. He talked to a criminal, and God spends time talk to criminal. Well, is he holy? I think from right now our understanding, the holy and the criminal, those things are not together, right? But actually it's not, because within God's eyes, just Cain, just he's a creature, and because crime or those kind of things actually belong to the earth, belong to human. That's the human society, nothing to do with the heavens. For heavens, just there is no difference. Dog fights, dog licking, dog love, no difference. You can fight. You can, as long as you're not biting the master's leg, you all good dog to me. That's what at this moment I think. So God doesn't want Cain to be killed, and so God made a mark on him. Some people say it's a cross mark. No, I highly doubt it. The reason is that time when when people, usually they have safety distance. So a small mark on the face, it will be really close to a safety distance. People can see. So in the jungle, in the wild, tribe, or whatever, they have a defense line, perimeter, right? And those guards or those tribes was warned what kind of people or what kind of dressing or what kind of things make them a warning sign, a horror sign. So either you cannot touch it, or unlucky, or it's not good for them to even kill you. So for example, there is a bear, everybody kill. For example, there is a boar, everybody kill. It's a food. And for someone maybe regular, just with a white hair or limp or something, those kind of wonders, single wonder or couple wonders, they kill. You know the rules between alpha pack and omega pack. So for omega pack, they can kill. But what kind of science God spread to every tribe you cannot kill? And from the distance, I think that makes those ancient time, those wizard, they have a really long staff with like a skeleton on the top with a feather, whatever. So these make sense because from distance you can see those kind of things clearly, and those animal scales and with those shining color, it does create some kind of shocking sense. Certain animal does the same thing, like snake, they have the same thing. They use certain feature to protect them, to scare the enemies, right? So I think probably God give king a permission or give king some kind of hints, let him start a new culture, and with those kind of wizard, with those kind of weird like a feather, skeleton, staff, or those kind of decorations. So king starts his new journey. So this gods, between the gods and a criminal, the conversation between gods and a criminal, a murder, actually a murder, bring me some kind of thoughts about a missionary job, or in a prisoner. People like try to give those criminal, those people's pass the gospel and let them repent. I think it's a very good idea. It's a very good idea, actually, because there is nothing wrong to find where you are, who you are, and where you should belong to, and your identity as a criminal. It doesn't bother you to have a conversation with God, because within His eyes, you are His people. So, but when people say, okay, yeah, things like repent, whatever, and can criminal get rid of their like a punishment? No, I don't think so. It's a rule of fairness. The things like you pay for what you did, but you still got a chance. And after you have conversation with God, you get a chance to start a new journey. That's only thing that statement just tell us. So it's very interesting. Every day read the Bible a little bit. You have a little bit kind of understanding more, kind of. So this sentence, there are a couple things very interesting. Firstly, when God said not so, He disagreed what Cain said. People gonna kill me. No, I'm gonna protect you, or I'm gonna your idea of your fairness is wrong. You don't need to worry. I'm gonna protect you. And your punish gonna keep going, right? And also another thing is when you say not so, is not one time, it's a timely, which means within the time I still have the control of this earth. I still will have the power to do so. So that's base God just like I said very firmly, not so. Also when he said vengeance, that vengeance is the word back to like a French word vindicare or something. It's old. It's basically is avenger. But in Hebrew, in the old time, I think this vengeance, the word is more close to nakam. That's a Hebrew word. Nakam. Yeah. It means like a family member. Family member will have a avenger from unlawful death. So that sounds like God will. He will personally keep you from die, and even if something out of his control, right? It's possible because heaven's battles. So he will assure your descendant, your family member will have the chance to have the avenger, and 7 times more, which means it's a high interest. It's a long shark, I think. So that makes I think God has a really strong kind of emotional favor. He favors something, and after that, God said eye to eye. That does make sense. That's a rule of a fairness, but add some his personal flavor, it makes 7 times interest. That's way too high. But it's very interesting when you have this, you discover he's a God full of emotion and with his personal taste. It's not like those kind of cold-faced God and then no facial expression, no emotional feeling. No, he basically, you are my man. I protect you, and even if something happens, you know what? I'm gonna have collect high interest, for you and your family. It sounds like more like a street gang boss. I don't know. It's very interesting, that sentence. Genesis 4:16. So Cain went out from Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Right here, the word went out of the Lord's presence. You have something in and out, right? It's kind of I say like it's a settlement or little city or something. You have a barricade, right? So you went out. You have gay, you went out. Then he went to the east of Eden. I think that relate to the Adam. Like at the beginning, Adam was thrown back to where he came from, Ethiopia, and then they walk back all the way to Eden because he has a bird's view. So he has the general direction. Then after years, they walk back to Eden, around the Eden, surround the Eden. He tried to get in. Then he found out there is sword, there is firing sword, and the gate is sealed. So that's makes sense. The records. It's not God told us. Actually, that's Adam. He observed. He found out. So around that, surrounding the Eden gate or somewhere, they build up their settlement. And because of it, Adam, the way he brought people to that holy place or Eden place, so he built up his authority. So same thing Cain. Then when Cain cast out from this first settlement, where he gonna go? He cannot go west because west is what? Eden. The gate is sealed, and all west is the. If they keep going west, that's back to Ethiopia. That's where they came from. So he wants to explore more new area, develop a more new thing. So he keep going east. So east, keep towards east. That makes sense. When Cain out of God's presence, in here I sense firstly, God's presence has certain physical radius. I would say that's the God's settlement or where God dwells. But after that, outside the settlement, I think God may not appear in the God's shape. It has to be in different shapes. That's what I feel. So when he out of the God's presence, it's kind of NPC. Outside what you know is something unknown. So a lot of area in the field for God is unknown also. Another thing is when Cain moved to east, I did a little bit research about human movements. I think mostly they do move from west to east, from east to west. Very few from north to south or south to north. Especially like this kind of movement, like the whole group, they try to looking for a new settlement. They try to follow one is follow the river, second is follow the sun. So I think that's the reason Cain choose move east of the Eden or east of where they lived, because their settlement, I believe, is right outside of Eden. They try to go back to Eden, but they can't. So they build a settlement. Now he get a kick out, so keep moving east.